Howdy folks, welcome to another beautiful day out here in West Vancouver. I can tell you one thing, the touch rugby from last night was fun, but oish man, am I hurting today. Any which way, so I just thought I'll give you a bit of a breakdown on our plans for the next couple of weeks. Number one, tomorrow we are going to Seymour Pub to go and watch the Rugby World Cup final between South Africa and New Zealand. So that's going to be a fun one. And then number two, next week Saturday we are going to Vernon for the Potjiekos competition. And that seems like it's going to be a lot of fun as well. We're actually going to leave at 5 a.m. in the morning, drive through to Vernon, arrive there, and then from there do the Potjiekos, sleep over at the hotel and take a nice leisurely trip back down all the way from there. And some of you have already suggested some places to stop at and check it out, and we are going to try and get them all fitted in. So if anybody else knows some cool places to stop at and look at on the way back from Vernon, let us know. Sunday is our trip. Anyway, and then this Sunday, tomorrow we're going to Seymour Pub to go and watch the rugby. And on Sunday we are driving through to Point Roberts because we've never been to Point Roberts, and I want to go check it out because we're going to start opening I think we're going to open a mailbox there, because I tell you what, going through the border posts here at Blaine and Peace Arch, man, what a nightmare. I actually popped through today to go pick up some mail. So I went through Peace Arch because they said it was only a 20-minute wait, which it definitely was. It was a quick 20-minute wait. I mean, and I was right at the front of the queue. And then just as the guy wanted to let me go, well, firstly, so you come in and then you split up into different queues in front of the different kiosks or the different, whatever you call them, gates where you can go through. So as luck would have it, I landed on the queue with a trainee at the front. So this trainee is slow and do everything. I mean, they're being taught by somebody. So our queue moves about half the speed of all the other queues. We're still 5 cars back, and the guy that started behind me is already through on the other side. But hey, patience is a virtue. So we sit and we wait, and eventually I get to the front. I was on my own. And just as they're about to let me go, they go, "Oh, sorry, your I-94 expired." Now, for those of you that don't know, an I-94 is a thing that you get every 6 months, or it lasts for 6 months, that allows you to go in and out of the US. Even though you have a visa, it means you don't have to be checked every time. But if it expires, you have to go back into the border patrol offices to go and get a new one. So I had to go back in and go and get a new one. And as luck would have it, in Peace Arch, I arrived there and I'm walking in, and there's like probably about 50 people standing in the queue and 2 guys in the front helping them out, 2 border patrol officers. And these 2 border patrol officers, not too long after that, they get up and they go to lunch. So then there's nobody, so we all stand there. Eventually some of them start strolling back in, start helping people again, but it's very weird. I mean, it's like, yeah, anyway, it is very weird. It's like these guys, I suppose America doesn't need more people to come to America. They don't really give a crap. That's kind of the feeling you get when you enter these border posts and deal with the border patrol guys, because the guys were just like, you know, they're sitting there chatting behind their desks, not doing somebody's stuff, having a nice conversation, and one guy is helping somebody and then somebody else helps somebody else. 2 hours in that queue until I got to the front. Luckily I got a new guy arrived, very friendly guy, and his girlfriend's a South African, so he's like, "Oh, you from South Africa?" I'm like, yeah. So in other words, we had a nice chat and gave me my I-94 and off I went. But there you go. A 20-minute border crossing turned into a 2-hour and 2.5-hour border crossing. Anyway, so totally off track, but that's the point. You know, every time I go through the border, it's an absolute pain in the ass. And the problem is, obviously, the Peace Arch and Blaine, those are very busy border posts. Lots of people go into America to go and do stuff and come back from there. Whereas Point Roberts, there's not a lot of people that go to Point Roberts. So in other words, it's a much quicker border crossing. So tomorrow we're going to go check it out and see if it's worth it. Anyway, folks, you all must have a beautiful day, and go Bokke!